Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. So man, look, the sun is shining. Can you believe it? It actually rained again this morning, but not for long. But man, over the last 30-day period, I bet we've got close to 10 inches. So there's droughts in the west and droughts in the Carolinas. So man, I'd gladly give them some of this moisture if I could, because it is too wet here. Our flowers are rotting in the flower beds. I still have not put my tomato plants out. It's June 2nd. My garden is full of water. I got in there with the tractor after it had dried out for a few days, and there was some water standing, and I tried to level it out, and I about got my tractor stuck in there because it was wet below that dry crust. So anyway, enough about that. Going to get into Hive 1 today and follow up. So if you remember, that was a single screen combine that I did to stop a laying worker hive. So let's look at the dates here. So May 26th, I determined it was the laying workers and decided I would do a single screen combine. And there were storms coming in that night, and I actually went ahead and did it. So and I got it almost done before it started pouring down rain on me. And I was rushing around trying to pick stuff up and throw it in my little trailer and get out of here. I left my book laying down here on this bench wide open, and we got like 1.8 inches of rain in like 90 minutes that night. And needless to say, my book was soaked, but I write in pencil, so it survived. I laid it all out and I got it all dry. So that was the 26th. I did the single screen combine. I had the top part locked down so they couldn't get out. The top part with the queen in it, and it's in a double nuke box, and I just put frames in one side with the queen out of number 28, the Pissy Hive. So the Pissy Queen is in Hive 1, trying to straighten them bachelors out in there, because it's all drones and a bunch of old workers that are getting pretty old. Let's see, so the 29th, 3 days later, I turned the little disc and let the top out. And I looked at it a couple days ago, and I noticed the bees were going out of the top, and they're going out of the bottom. So it's time to finish that combine, and it's 3 deeps tall, so I need to pull 4 or 5 frames out of the top, the middle deep, and move that queen down into there, and they should be all acclimated to each other with that single screen in between them, and everything should just be ducky after that. So let's get in there and get that thing finished up, because got the same thing going on in hive number 5, and I'll probably do another video. I'll check it again and make sure it really is queenless, and I'll just move that double nuke over there, and I've got that banked queen I might use. Probably that's what we'll do with that, but anyway, let's get going. Okay, here's Hive 1. Here's our setup. So you can see we got 3 deeps. The bottom entrance is normal. So the bottom 2 deeps are the original queenless laying worker hive, and this top deep is a queen in there from Hive 28, and she's on the right hand side. The left hand side is empty. There's a divider board down there in the middle, and we got this little entrance thing here. So I did have it closed off for 2 days with that section right there. So they were on lockdown, they couldn't get out. So the reason I did that was when they come out, they'll reorient to this location and not over there around the corner. She had been pulled out into a split into Hive 24. It was a nuke, so I just moved that nuke around here and put it in that box there on the top, and got rid of the nuke box and just used that so it would be sealed up. And I put duct tape around it. You can see, because that single screen is half open on the sides, so it's not sealed unless you put the duct tape on there. All right, real quick, I'll pop the top here so you can see inside of here. And there is a feeder in here, a little entrance feeder I just have sitting in there. So this is our 5 nuke frames. Looks like I took the divider board out. They're not strong enough to start pulling comb down. So it looks like we got good 4 frames of bees there. And then down in here, you can see the screen is keeping them separate, but they can touch. So the queen pheromone and all the queen goodness gets transferred between bees and gets down in the bottom part of the hive. So that'll suppress the worker bees that are laying and making all of our drones. So I'm going to get this feeder out of here, and I'm going to move this top box over. I'm going to do a quick little inspection down in there, just in case there's a queen in there, but there's not. But I want to make double sure there's not. Also, I used an inner cover that has no notch, so for the lockdown they couldn't get in and out of a little notch there. Okay, since they didn't have a bottom board, you know, any bee that died just fell down there, and there's no place for it to go unless they drug it out that entrance up above them, which might be a little difficult. So this is a single screen. It's used mainly, what I use them for is ventilation. When it's really hot in the summer during the nectar flow, you can put that on top of a really highly populated hive, and it'll help them vent and reduce the nectar down to honey a little easier, faster. And helps them keep the hive a little bit cooler. I need to make me some single screens just for doing these combines. I could just cut a piece of screen that I could just lay across this that doesn't have the frame. Pollen. Quite a few bees in here. So these bees are older worker bees. They gotta be, I'm guessing, close to 45 days old. And there's not been any queen in here laying for quite some time, other than the laying workers. So here's our laying worker brood. See how it's all sticking up uneven, it's not flat. So all those are drones. And then we've got these swarm cells here, which if that's a swarm cell from an infertile egg, it's not going to make a queen. So while we go through here, I'm also going to try and figure out which frames I'm going to pull out of here to replace with the other. So we got the same thing going on here. This is from all the laying workers. Oh, I need to move that smoker. Yeah. This is no good. I want to check all these in case we see us a brood frame that is actual worker brood. Nope. Nope. This frame 7 here is where I first saw eggs, and that's what they're turning into. All drones. So if I happen to find a queen in here, definitely I'd want to take her out, because she ain't working out if there's one in here, which There isn't. And a little bit left there. I want to check this frame here out. Okay. So this one has a lot of empty space. They're putting a little nectar in it, so I want to put my new queen and her frames right up against this. Let's see, we can probably move some of these drone frames down below and take out some empty frames from down below. So let's get down on the bottom real quick. So we'll take out some of these blanks. Actually, I could put our queen down here. That way she could work her way up naturally. I think I will do that. Need 2 more frames out of here. We'll drop our 5 frames right in here. Here's Miss Pissy Queen right there. She's a good looking queen. So that was a brood frame before, and this one is as well. So brood in the hive is another thing that suppresses laying workers. And this is all nectar and pollen. Boy, we got a lot of bees out here. Trying to get them back in there. They would eventually work their way in through the entrance. Just trying to smoke them down so when I set that other box on here, I don't smash a whole bunch of them. There we go. Now I need to go get a inner cover that has the notch for ventilation. Okay, so hive 1 is taken care of. They don't need a honey super. This top box had pretty good weight to it, so they don't need fed. I like the idea of that queen being in the bottom deep down there. So as these drones up in the top start emerging, and I'm guessing they've got, I don't know, anywhere from 7 to 15 days left before they start emerging and leaving. Then that queen can work her way up into that open comb up there and start laying up there and start making some nice brood frames up here and get this hive corrected. It's not going to make any honey this year. That's okay. As long as they get this top deep nice and heavy and full of honey to get through the winter. That's what we're shooting for. And then next year will be this hive's year to make some honey. If that blue queen, which would be a 3-year-old then, she'll probably get started, and then she'll get superseded throughout that season. 3 years is, for me, my experience, pushing it for a queen here in central Oklahoma. They'll do okay for a little while, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're done. They don't have any more eggs left. But that's the end of the video. Give me a thumbs up if you would, and subscribe to the channel on your way out. So we're at 8,000 now. Appreciate everyone's support and watching the videos and commenting and hitting the thumbs up. That's cool. We'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.
Bye.